Hello, this is my video on bluegrass shuffle and bluegrass double stops. Double stops, just a fancy way of saying I'm going to play two notes at the same time. So we were in the key of A, but instead of running up and down the scale, what ends up happening is I can pick these two top strings and I can imply an A chord. Basically what I'm doing is I'm grabbing this note here and then the open string. When I play those together, it will sound like the A chord. So that's the first chord, A. Now the next chord is going to be D, which is this note and this one here, so it's your third and your first finger. So this is a D double stop. And to finish everything off, there is an E double stop. So it's just your first finger here and then the open. So then you can start getting these under your fingers and just playing them one after the other. Generally, what works quite well is playing the A, followed by the D, and then back down to the A, and then the E. So really all you're seeing here is, it's just a really fancy way of going up and down on using these three fingers. And in two of those actually you're just using this open E. You know, there's this one here where you got to drop the first finger. So just slowly work through this. A, D, that's A, E, A, D, A, and E. So you can, just playing these all by themselves is pretty straight. We've borrowed from the fiddlers what's called a shuffle, and it's just all it is, just adding a little bit of rhythm into it. Just like that. Anyway, so that is the double stops and the shuffle. The very last thing I'd like to kind of show here is it's a little bit more advanced. This does require a little bit of practice because now you're kind of combining your skills on sliding and with double stops. The biggest bit of advice I can give you is when you're sliding, you want to make sure that whatever note you're going to end up on, all you're doing is you're taking that same finger and just sliding up to it. Otherwise, if you try using a different finger, sometimes you end up with a really crazy stretch. So in this case here, sliding into the A double stop. Oops, sorry, wrong ones. There we go. That's correct. So it's, and then for the D, so you're just sliding that lower note. Well, the top note remains the same. Now the E, you just basically, you're flattened your first finger here. Gives you a really great clash. That's got to go somewhere. Oh yeah. That sounds better. And so just walk this up and down the mandolin until it feels comfortable. You're, again, removing that hesitation and just trying to avoid looking at your fingers when you're playing That way you can kind of use that awareness now to watch your other bandmates as they play. And yeah, try to avoid getting yourself in the habit of watching your own fingers. In fact, one of the tricks that I end up using is just turn all the lights out at night and just start playing. It's really just kind of a matter of target practice, and eventually your hand will learn exactly where it needs to land. So, anyway, that is the shuffle.